Travis, today we're tackling something we see all too often, and that's investment myths that can derail even the most savviest investor.
Right.
We live in a world where investing advice is everywhere, from social media to TV pundits and even our own friends.
Yeah, your barber, your hairdresser.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I'm a taxi cab driver. Remember those days back in the tech bubble?
Well, I've gotten some Uber driver advice too over the years. So yeah,
yeah, that happened just recently. Yeah. Unfortunately, much of this advice is built on myths rather than facts or even data. Common misconceptions like market timing is key or holding cash is safer than investing. That can cause investors to make decisions that are just going to hurt their long-term wealth. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it's very, very true, Steve. I mean, these myths you're talking about, I mean, they feel comfortable to people because they echo their fears or emotions. They give them a rule of thumb that maybe they can sidestep some of these things. But
right.
An example you'll hear, and I think it's because it rhymes, but it's sell in May and go away, right?
I've heard that a lot.
I mean, and that idea suggests, you should, step out of the market during the summer months, you'll avoid the downturn, but then you'll be able to get back in, right, and make money later. But the data will tell you a different story. I mean, even if you look at, returns over the market, say the past 25 years, if you just missed the 10 best days in the market over the past 25 years, that would have cut your return in half. 10 best days.
Wow.
Over time.
Here's another one, Travis. Holding cash is better than investing.
No, that's
so
popular.
Let's put this to test. While you might feel safe, inflation steadily is going to erode that money. Mm-hmm. You're not going to feel it short term, but longer term, you definitely will. Over the past 30 years, if you would have invested $100 in the S&P 500,
100,000.
100,000. What did I say? $100.
You said $100.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's add a few more zeros. $100,000, and you put it in the S&P 500, it would have grown to $2.6 million. Okay. While the same amount sitting in a money market would have just barely doubled. 200,000, 2.6 million.
Yep, that's a big error of omission right there.
Yeah. No kidding. And let's not forget the myth that investing is only for the rich. The truth is, small, consistent investments over time can harness the power of compounding, right? And so turning modest contributions into meaningful wealth. And you and I have been in this long enough now where we have seen that firsthand.
Yeah, it's true, and it's interesting that even in today's day and age, people will still think that investing is only for the wealthy or for the rich when there's so many different avenues to even get started. I'm surprised we hear that one as much as we do. But
yeah.
So, Steve, combating these risks can be challenging. The first thing you should do, I mean, and this is, people know this, but it's harder to execute, is just embrace the discipline of staying invested.
Yeah.
Long-term market growth rewards patience, not perfect timing. Second, diversify wisely. I mean, more holdings don't always mean better diversification, but focused on balanced portfolios and avoid concentration risk, which may be unnecessary for you. And finally, this is probably the biggest one, is continually educate yourself and seek guidance from people that can help you, data-driven advisors, and not headlines, not social media or people where you just don't know how valid the information is. So,
or your barber or your friends.
Or your friends or your Uber driver. But call us. I mean, if you want to discuss your situation, call us. We'll give you a second opinion on your strategy. Yeah. Either tell you, hey, things look good, or hey, this is what we would adjust, right? And we'll help you navigate those complexities so you can focus on building wealth and not falling for these short-term myths that are so easy to fall for.
Right, because it doesn't cost anything to get a second opinion.
It absolutely doesn't.
So, Travis, has been great. I look forward to it next week.
Forward to as well.